Washington gets a screen from Ralph. Doesn't do anything with it. Instead gives it up. Vakapich has it. Looking for Ralph. It's knocked away from behind and stolen by Hickman. Nolan brings ball up the floor. One-handed pass to Nemhard. Ryan's into the paint. Leaves it for Battle on the left side. Another deep one for Califf. That one's off the mark. Chases down the loose ball. One-hander for Battle is good. The Bulldogs lead at 5-2. Three minutes gone by here at the Spanos Center. Fans continue to make their way into the building here. Washington dribbling to his left. Looked like he got away with a travel, and they're going to call it jump ball. Nolan Hickman with a nice job defensively. Boy, he was mismatched against Ralph, the 6'7" senior, and able to knock the ball away from him from behind. And then against the point guard, Washington, Nolan does a nice job defensively. Hickman in the front court to Greg behind the play. Ben fires it down low. Ike's wide open for the easy two-handed dunk. Boy, the Tigers with a big-time miscommunication. That's as easy as it'll get for Graham Ike. The Bulldogs with an early 7-2 lead. Washington dribbling to his left off a screen from Ralph. Now defended by Gregg. Bounces it right side. Into the hands of Fisher, their leading scorer. Back to Washington. Trying to spin on Gregg. You can't get around him. Little hesitation. Drives. Almost lost the handle. Able to get it away. Fisher, a little body bump on Battle to create some separation. Shot wouldn't go. Offensive rebound goes to Gardner. And now they work it right side to Ralph. Four-man misses badly on the three-point attempt. He shoots about 30% from three. First attempt today is off the mark. Nemhard into the front court finds Ike trailing his three. Back iron wouldn't go. And the rebound will be secured by Vakapich for Pacific. Vakapich with it in the corner in front of the GU bench. Retreats with the dribble. Cut off on his drive by Battle. Pass out to Ralph. 12 seconds to shoot. Ralph keeps his dribble alive on Gregg. Spins, forces over. Ben comes up short. Ben tips the rebound into the hands of Battle. Up the right side, Nemhard. Quickly into the front court. Fires a pass left side. Hickman fakes the three and is going to be called for a travel as he tried to drive left off the shot fake. 15:24 to play in the first half. The Bulldogs have an early 7-2 lead. We're going to take a quick break. We're back right after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from their field.
Today's students are smart, savvy, and heading towards a future filled with possibilities. Education is the light that can help guide them on their path to fulfilling their dreams. That's why Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. With every lottery game you play in the pursuit of making your dreams a reality, you're supporting the next generation of game changers who are using education as the way to reach theirs. Thanks for playing, Washington.
Anyone who works for themselves has the toughest boss on the planet, a real taskmaster with no respect for nights or weekends. Still, it doesn't have to be lonely at the top. Wheatland Bank makes running a business seamless with a careful mix of personal service, deep resources, and the latest tech. After all, you're only human. Unlike that bully whose name's on the door, your five-star Wheatland Bank. Relationships you can count on.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Back in Stockton, Tom Hudson with you here today. Mo is spending some time with the family. He'll be back when the Bulldogs return to action at the McCarthy Athletic Center on Thursday when we host San Francisco. It'll be our first meeting of the year with the Dons. Now, the Bulldogs out to a 7-2 lead. Gonzaga's hit 3 of 8 shots thus far. Pacific starts the game 1 out of 6. Substitution for the Bulldogs. Mike Ajayi checks into the game. He'll replace Ben Gregg. And Zags with Ajayi out top will show some pressure in the backcourt as Pacific inbounds. Washington dribbles it across the timeline with 3 seconds to spare. Hickman defends him at 40 feet. Now dribbles to the left sideline, loses the handle, gets it back. Gets a screen from Fisher. Just keeps dribbling it, now picks it up, bounces it to Ralph out top. Pass right corner. 4 seconds to shoot. There's a drive, a spin, a little fadeaway, won't go down, though. An offensive rebound goes to Pacific. The putback is good. Burke Smith, who's checked into the game for Jazz Gardner, the former Boise State Bronco, with the putback. And that cuts the Bulldogs' lead to 3. Hickman driving with the left hand, bounces to Ike. Defender goes down. Ike kicks it out to Hickman. They work it around left corner. Battle aggressive here early, misses another 3. And Washington comes away with the basketball. 7-4 Zags lead. Here's Fisher. Doesn't shoot a lot of three-pointers. He is a guy who wants to get to the rim, and there he does. Gets to about 6 feet and scores to cut the Bulldogs' lead to 1. 14:20 to play in the first half. Ajayi right side pass Hickman in front of the Tigers bench. Skip over left side to Battle, and now for Nembhard. Nembhard gets a screen from Ajayi. Between the circles with the dribble, passes over to Hickman. It's a screen from Ike. Into the paint with the left hand, switches to the right. The little floater won't go down. Ajayi's tip attempt is no good, and then Pacific can't control the ball, loses it out of bounds. Now substitutions. Ike heads to the bench. Caleb Battle will also check out for the Bulldogs. Braden Huff coming off a 14-point effort and went over LMU on Thursday, onto the floor for the first time tonight. Inuchente also checks in. He'll inbound to Nembhard. Bulldogs lead 7-6. We're 6 minutes in here in Stockton. Nembhard dribbling to his left off the Huff screen. Bounces it to Braden, who kicks in the corner. Inuchente's 3 halfway down and rims out of there. But Bulldogs cannot catch a break from behind the three-point line here lately. Fisher the other way. Crossover on Hickman. Tries to spin on Nolan, who steals it away and saves it to Huff. Huff to Nembhard. Bulldogs on the run. Beautiful bounce for Ajayi. Couldn't handle the pass, and it deflects right into the hands of Smith. All the way the other way goes Washington. Wouldn't go down. Ajayi rebounds, bounces it for Nembhard. Almost stolen, but Ryan spins away from the pressure. Bounces it in the far corner to Hickman. Bulldogs 7, Tigers 6 as Nembhard dribbles to his right, knocked away from behind by Washington, but right into the hands of Inuchente. Inuchente over to Nembhard, down low for Huff. He's triple teamed, kicks over left side, wide open 3. Hickman hits. Rattles home for Nolan, the Bulldogs' second made 3 of the game. 10-6, Zags on top, 7 minutes gone by. Bulldogs now 2 out of 8 from behind the line. Ralph dribbling to his right, hands it off to Fisher. The 2 leading scorers combining for about 32 a game. Work it to Smith out top. Former Boise State Bronco hands it off to Fisher, who wants to go to work on Hickman. And only about 60 of his 260 shots on the year have come from behind the three-point line. He wants to do this, bull his way into the paint, force contacts, and he draws the foul on Hickman. And he's top 10 in the country in free throw attempts. 160 on the season in 22 games played. Now Fisher will step to the line where he's about 74% on the season. Bulldogs lead at 10-6. 7.5 gone by here in the first half. Fisher taking his time. First one on the way and good. Substitution. Krivica Paktic checks out. And checking in for the first time, as that free throw is good, is going to be Jefferson Coulibaly. Coulibaly, a 2-time transfer, started his career at Washington State, spent last year at SMU, and now playing for Pacific. So Coulibaly into the game for the first time. Zags lead it 10-8. Nembhard off the screen from Huff, dribbles to the right wing, pass back out to Ajayi, top of the key, drives with the left hand, hop step, can't get up a shot, passes back out to Nembhard. 10 seconds to shoot. Ryan waits for a screen, gets it from Huff, bounces back to Braden on the pick and roll, gets into the paint, bobbled it, got it back, trying to throw a pass over the top to Ajayi, couldn't get it away. Now shoots as the shot clock expires. It's off the mark. Ajayi fighting for the rebound, knocks it out of bounds. Dave Smart, the head coach of Pacific, asking for a travel call on Braden Huff. And Pacific has been very aggressive on that double, and as I mentioned, sometimes triple team, just running all sorts of bodies at Braden Huff every time he touches the basketball. Official timeout here in Stockton. Low-scoring affair. Zags 10, Tigers 8. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield. Some days you hit snooze, but not today.
Today, you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024, Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
How close can you get with Verizon Access? Front row close. Red carpet close. Backstage passes close. Playing quarterback for your favorite NFL team close. Okay, not that close. But watching from the sidelines close? You bet. Get into the experiences you love, like concerts, games, and exclusive pre-sales, just for being a Verizon customer. Verizon Access. You're in. Learn more at verizon.com/access.
Want to earn some extra money this winter? Spokane International Airport is hiring multiple seasonal snow removal equipment operators. These are on-call positions for the upcoming winter season from November 2024 to March 2025. You can earn up to $36 an hour. Some positions require a CDL, and previous experience in operating snow removal equipment is highly preferred. Join our team today. Learn more and apply by visiting SpokaneAirports.net.
Zags 10, Tigers 8. 11:58 to play first half here in Stockton. We'll visit Spokane, home of the Gonzaga Bulldogs. This busy city along the Roy Spokane River Gorge has it all. Culinary, beer, wine, entertainment, and outdoor adventure. Whether you are to live in the area or looking for vacation, start planning adventures now. Go to visitspokane.com. Live like a Zag. Tom Hudson with you here this afternoon. Mo spending some time with the family. He'll be back when the Bulldogs host San Francisco on Thursday night. Out of the timeout, the Bulldogs going to show some full court pressure. Washington brings it up the left side, passes back to the trailer Fisher. Picks up his dribble. And now they get it into the hands of Coulibaly back to Washington. And Pacific will go to work on offense. Washington can't shake free of Hickman. Retreats with the dribble. And a crossover on Nolan. One-hander over Huff, off the mark. Rebound goes to Innocente. Manny will bring up the floor himself. Bounces it in the front court to Nembhard now. Nembhard finds Innocente on the right side. Three on the way. Won't go down. Ajayi tips the rebound, but Bulldogs can't control it. Instead, it goes into the hands of Coulibaly. Coulibaly averaging about 6 points a game. Bulldogs 10, Tigers 8. Pacific content, slowing things down here as Washington's going to go to work on Nembhard. Gets a screen from Smith. Dribbles to his right, slips and falls, able to get it away to Fisher. Now back out to Washington. 10 seconds to shoot. Washington dribbling to his left, bounces it to Smith out top. Big man back to Washington. 6 seconds to shoot. Washington calling for his screen. Dribbles to the left wing. Passes back out to Smith. His three-pointer is blocked by Hickman. Bulldogs 2-on-1. Nolan with Smith to beat. Leans in. Shot wouldn't go, but he's headed to the free throw line. Like Nolan Hickman coming out to block the three-point attempt of the 6'11" Burke Smith. Leading to free throws at the other end. Nolan's first is good. Hickman goes 2 for 2. Kind of crazy to think. Nolan Hickman, perfect from the free throw line this year. That's just attempts number 7 and 8 on the season for the senior guard. 8 for 8 on the year, gives the Bulldogs a 12-8 advantage, and we've got a double dribble. Turnovers, Bulldogs go with that full court pressure. I've got a substitution. Coulibaly, who just turned it over, is going to check out. Petar Krivokapic is going to check back into the game. Nembhard dribbling to the right side of the floor off the inbound. Picks up his dribble. Sideline pass to Innocente. Bounces it for Huff. Double team comes. Kick out to Innocente. Nembhard straight away. 3. Halfway down. Pops out. Ajayi strong rebound. Lost the handle. Ball squirts out of there into the hands of Nemhard. He gives it up. Nope. Thought he was going to throw it to Stromer, who just checked in instead to Huff, and now he goes to Stromer. Stromer drives baseline, has his shot rejected. It's out of bounds. And we'll head the other way. Boy, Dusty going baseline with some authority there, but challenged at the rim and comes away empty. Jags lead is still 4. Washington pass in the front court to Ralph, who's back on the floor. Ralph driving on Stromer, can't get up a shot as he's cut off by Huff on the help. Pass back out into the hands of Washington. Bounce it out top into the hands of Seth Jones, who's checked in for the first time. Here's a pass in the corner. The 3 is good, and the foul is whistled on Ajayi, a 4-point opportunity. Petar Gravokapic is going to be given credit for the bucket. I believe the official right now is just looking to see if it was a 3 or a 2. They initially called it a 3-point shot. Well, actually, we're checking to see who the foul was on. It's pretty obvious that Ajayi came flying out, and there's only white shirt close. They confirmed it, so the first on Ajayi. Free throws off the mark. Bulldogs still lead at 12-11 is our score. Nemhard will bring it up the floor under pressure from Jones in the backcourt. Ryan lobs it in the front court to Ajayi. Dribbling to his left. Short pass to Stromer on the far sideline. Dusty picks up his dribble. Top of the key, Inocente. To the elbow on the left side. Now over the top pass for Huff. Double comes. Kick out to Stromer. Stromer loses the handle, gets it back, passes to Inocente. 5 seconds to shoot. Manny gives it up to Ajayi. Fakes the 3, drives. Left-handed shot won't go, but a whistle just before the shot clock expires. The foul is going to go against Seth Jones, the Tallahassee Community College transfer. Jones coming off the bench, averaging about 3.5 points per game. Ajayi to the line. 71% on the season. Will shoot 2. First one is all net. Not a lot of rhythm here thus far. Zags 4 of 16 from the field. Pacific's 4 out of 13. Mike makes both. 14-11, and here's the full court pressure again from Bulldogs, trying to speed this thing up a little bit. Long pass in the front court, gets through to Jones. Now the trailer, extra pass to Washington. Washington thought about a 3, but pulled it down. Defended by Nemhard on the perimeter. Gets a screen from Smith. Passes in the far corner for a 3. Jones, air ball, ball's out of bounds, and the official says last touch by Ajayi, who is in disbelief, who says I didn't touch it. But the official will say it's Tiger basketball. 7 seconds on the shot clock, doesn't reset on the air ball. And they bounce it in down low. And Ralph is going to be called for an offensive foul. They're going to call him for a hook. Well, Ralph picks up his first personal foul, one of their leading offensive players. Called for a hook. Zags 14, Pacific 11. We're going to have a substitution. Ralph heads to the bench. Fisher checks in. Nemhard across half court, left-handed dribble, little burst of speed on Jones. Bounces it, intended for Stromer. Looked like maybe it was kicked by Smith, but officials think inadvertently, so we'll play on. Turnover on the Bulldogs. Washington on the right side with it, calling for a clear out. Gives it up, now wants it right back. Won't get it back. Instead, here's a drive. Ajayi pokes it away. Loose ball chased down by Washington. Washington, 10 seconds to shoot. Trying to get around Stromer. Dusty fighting with everything he's got. Washington, couple of fakes, spins, fires. It's an air ball. Ajayi comes away with a rebound for GU. 14-11 Bulldogs. Mike into the front court with a dribble. Crossover driving on Jones. Can't get up a shot. Passes on the sideline to Inocente. Now out to Nemhard. One-hander to Stromer on the right side. It's a screen from Huff. Dribbles to the top of the key. Passes back to Nemhard. He bounces one down low. Huff with it. Gets into the paint. Little teardrop in for a 5-point Gonzaga lead. 16-11 is our score at the 8-minute mark. Here comes Washington again. He'll Being met by Innocente. Dribbles to the left side. Now they've got the switch. They're looking for Fisher. Can't get it there. Instead out to Jones. Jones gives it up right corner. 3 on the way and misses badly. Nembhard. Long pass up the floor. Huff running and flushes with 2 hands. And timeout is called by Pacific. Dave Smart, the head coach for the Tigers, not happy with his team as the biggest man on the floor, Braden Huff, beat everybody to the basket. Rim running. Nembhard delivers the perfect dime. Coach Few talking to the official saying, how did you not call a foul on that play as Braden hammered it home through contact? But his team may be building a little bit of momentum here, leading 18-11. Timeout called by Pacific extends into our official timeout, so we'll take it as well. 7:26 to play first half. We're back after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bowler basketball from their field.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. The airport connects Zags fans and alums with over 60 daily departures to more than 20 nonstop destinations provided by 7 major airlines, as well as one-stop connections to most major metropolitan centers throughout the U.S. Real-time arrival and flight departure information is available at SpokaneAirports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
At Papa Murphy's, dinner's easy and delicious. We make it fresh, scratch-made dough, hand-chopped veggies, so you can bake it at home. Hot, fresh, and perfect every time. Try the Cowboy Pizza tonight for just $12.99. Order now at papamurphys.com. Change the way you pizza. At Papa Murphy's, dinner's easy and delicious. We make it fresh, scratch-made dough, hand-chopped veggies, so you can bake it at home. Hot, fresh, and perfect every time. Try the Cowboy Pizza tonight for just $12.99. Order now at papamurphys.com. Change the way you pizza.
The next time you visit Northern Quest, we suggest bringing your sea legs and your lead foot. It's the $100,000 Ben's Voyage giveaway. Play daily with your Camus Rewards card, and you could win a cruise line adventure or a brand new Mercedes GLC 300 with an inline-4 turbo. Tax and licensing included. Speeding tickets are on you, though. The Ben's Voyage giveaway. Grand prize drawing March 31st. Details at northernquest.com.
Welcome back to Pacific. The Bulldogs with an 18-11 lead right now. Braden Huff with back-to-back buckets. A little teardrop and then a beautiful run out. Ryan Nembhard found him. And Nembhard now 5 assists away from setting the single-season assist record that he already owns. 18-11 is our score here in Stockton. Lag-West Farm Credit is a financial cooperative that provides financing, crop insurance, and related services to farmers and ranchers across the West. From small family businesses to large operations, Ag West brings the experience and financial know-how to help you grow your best future. So the Tigers will inbound, and again, the Bulldogs showing pressure in the backcourt. Pass deflected, still gets through to Washington, lobs in the front court. Ralph driving, tied up by Innocente, lost the handle, and Nembhard comes away with the loose ball. Quickly to battle, is back on the floor, bounces in the front court. Great look, Ajayi two-handed flush, and the Bulldogs are starting to pull away, leading by 9. Beautiful bounce pass from Battle to Ajayi. 7 minutes to play here in the first half. Zags enjoying their biggest lead of the game. Washington barking out orders from just inside a half court, gives it up. Gardner, the big man, is checked back in, sets a screen. Now takes a pass, hands it off. The drive, a little push off. Officials don't call it, and Coach Few is really letting the guy closest to him have it. It's a shot clock expiring, a 30-second violation. Another shot clock violation on Pacific here, and the Bulldogs force the turnover. Well, Gonzaga getting it done on the defensive end. 4 out of 17 shooting so far for the Tigers, who trail by 9. Nembhard passes in the front court to Innocente. One-hander to Ike, who's back in there for Huff. Ike gives it up to Nembhard, drives to the baseline, kick out to Graham. Wide open look at a 3. That one won't go down. And the rebound is not going to be secured by Ajayi. Mistimed that jump a little bit. Took kind of a a funny line drive kick off the rim, off the EK miss. And Mike was in the air, and the ball scooted right by him. So out of bounds on the EK miss, and it's back in possession of Pacific. Washington dribbling to his left, skips it back right side. Fisher trying to get around Inocente, loses the handle. Everybody's diving on the floor. We're going to get a jump ball call. Fisher really trying to go to that bully ball, the 6'6" guard, big strong kid. Talked about all the free throws he shoots. Really likes to just back guys down, get them into the paint. And the Bulldogs between Smith and Hickman and Inocente have done a fantastic job of keeping him from being effective thus far. Washington with the basketball. Gets a screen from Gardner. They work it right side. Fisher to Gardner, who blows the wide open look. It's the second one he's missed right at the rim. That one is also off the marks. Is challenged by Ike. He gave the hand off to Nemhard. Rises to the front court. Bulldogs look to build on a 9-point lead. Nemhard fakes right. Goes left. Gives it up to Ike. Extra pass right corner. It's Inocente penetrating. He's cut off. Flips it back out to Ike. Ike wants to go to work on Gardner. Takes him into the paint. Leaves it to Ajayi, cutting down the baseline from the corner. He finishes. He's fouled, and he's headed to the free throw line. 5 minutes, 27 seconds to play in the first half, and the Bulldogs have opened a 22-11 lead. Ajayi will step to the free throw line. But first, Burke Smith's going to check in. He'll replace Gardner, who's had a tough start to the game. Starting big man 0 for 4 from the field. He's missed a couple of chippies. Tigers haven't scored in some 4 minutes. Ajayi taking his time. His free throw is all net, so the three-point play. 23-11. It's a 12-0 Gonzaga run since the three-pointer cut the lead to 12-11. And that's a kicked ball. Ajayi boots it into the fourth row of seats here. Tigers will inbound from the sideline this time. Official clarifying on a kicked ball that the clock resets to 10 seconds. Zags still pressuring in the backcourt. Washington will get it in the front court to Ralph. Ralph drives, it'll hop step. Boy, that looked like a travel. Got away with it. Ajayi off the miss, though, from Ralph. As Pacific still ice cold, gives it to Nemhard. He finds Battle trailing. Battle finds the basket. 3-point shot. Gonzaga continues to roll here and make it a 26-11 Bulldogs. They've scored 14 consecutive points. Sweeping across the paint, Fisher. Shot challenged by Ike. It rolls off the rim into the hands of Ajayi. Now for Nemhard in the front court. Ryan weaving his way through black shirts, gets to the basket, fires a pass in the corner. It's Battle for three, comes up short. Ajayi, offensive rebound. Putback is blocked, and it's going to be a jump ball call as Fisher was able to tie Mike up going up for the shot. Ajayi heads to the bench. Good effort from number one for the Bulldogs. Inocente also getting a nice slap from Coach Few as he heads off. Good quality minutes for the Bulldogs as Hickman and Gregg return. Gonzaga on a 14-0 run to lead 26-11, 4:34 to play. We're in the first half. We are going to see Chris Caney's for the first time. Sophomore transfer from Minnesota. Inbound to Hickman. Baseline runner rattles around and pops out. Boy, the Bulldogs have had 3 or 4 of those today. Still, they lead at 26-11. Washington gives it up. Burke Smith, a line drive three. That ends the Bulldogs' run. It's 26-14. The Bulldogs look down low to Ike, who is immediately fouled. That's going to go against Smith. Burke Smith, congratulations to him. His first made 3 of the season. He was 0 for 9 coming into the game and knocked that one down, his first make of the year. Here's Nemhard off the Ike handoff. Left elbow jumper off the mark. Rolls off the rim into the hands of Caney's, who gives it up to Washington. Quickly drives, gives it up to Smith. He's going to fire another one, and that was off the back iron, nowhere close. Rebound Nemhard, 3-on-2. Pass tipped. It's loose, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bulldogs. And with the ball out of bounds, we've got a stoppage in play and an official timeout. 3:53 to play in our game's first half here in Stockton. Our score, Gonzaga 26, Pacific 14. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
It's time for Home Team Rewards. Zag fans, get your Bulldog branded ICCU Premier Rewards Visa credit card, the only card where you can earn rewards for everyday purchases while giving back to Gonzaga University. Choose from a Visa Rewards card with a lower rate or a Premier Rewards card with maximum rewards. With no annual fees, card control, and next-level security, you can spend smart from tap to app. Zags, rejoice! Find your card at iccu.com/GoZags on approved credit.
Living a healthy, happy life is built on a foundation of good habits, wholesome foods, plenty of sleep, regular exercise, and for women, a breast cancer risk assessment by age 25, and annual screening mammograms beginning at 40. Our convenient Spokane area locations make scheduling your mammogram easy. Schedule your exam today. Call 509-455-4455 or visit www.inlandimaging.com/appointments.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard until the other team scores. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Well, Gonzaga basketball is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Visit Toyota.com or your local Toyota dealer. Today, Toyota, let's go places. Tom Hudson with you here in Stockton. Mo has the night off. He'll be back when the Bulldogs host San Francisco on Thursday night. Gonzaga on a 14-0 run goes from leading 12-11 to ahead 26-11. A three-pointer from Burke Smith. His first make of the season from behind the three-point line ends that spurt for the Bulldogs. Still enjoy a 12-point lead right now. Meanwhile, the Ryan Nemhard watch continues. And Nemhard with 3 assists in the game right now. 241 on the season, 2 away from tying the school record he set last year. 3 away from going ahead. Here's Battle faking right, driving left, gets to the rim, comes up short, a late whistle and a foul. Battle's going to head to the free throw line. Well, the foul goes against Caney's and sends Califf to the free throw line. Well, the Bulldogs have gone 3 of 13 from behind the three-point line here tonight. They're 9 of 25 from the field, so they've made 6 of 12 inside the line. Meanwhile, Pacific is just 5 of 23 right now from the field, 21%. They've hit 2 of 7 threes. Caleb Battle, best free throw shooters in the country, makes them both. He's shooting nearly 93% on the season. Zags doubling up Pacific. 28-14 is our score. There's that full court pressure again, giving the Tigers all sorts of problems. Even if they get it across the line, they just don't seem comfortable. 15 seconds on the clock. Here's a whistle and a foul is going to go against Battle. And Coach Few is, we don't need that one. Ike heads to the bench. Huff will check in at the 3:32 mark. Now Washington's going to inbound in front of us here at the table. 28-14 Bulldogs lead. Looking to get it into Fisher. It's not there. They pass it into Smith, who hands it back to Washington. Washington dribbling to his left. Bounces back out top to Smith. Big man dribbles once, hands it back to Washington. Little two-man game here. Washington now to the right elbow. Can't get up a shot. Fires back left side. Fisher. He'll try a rare three. That one rims out. Rebound goes to Nemhard. Ryan, long pass up the left sideline to Hickman. Nolan picks up his dribble, gives it up to Huff, who dribbles to his right. Short pass for Battle. Battle loses the handle, gets it back, trying to find the angle to pass to Huff. Can't get it there. Instead for Greg, who's in for Ajayi. Now left side pass Nemhard. Ryan finds Greg, cutting. Smith denies him. Double team comes. Pass back out to Nemhard. Gets to a little one-hander on the baseline. Another one just rims out for the Bulldogs. They can't buy one. There's Washington quickly into the front court. Over Huff and in. Boy, good hesitation move. Nice patience from Washington as the Bulldogs throw a long pass up the floor to Hickman. Now to Gregg. Back to Hickman in front of the Pacific bench. Hickman to the free throw line with the dribble. Over to Nembhard. Dribbles to his left. Sideline pass for Battle. Battle to the left wing. They leave him open. Pulls up, misses the jump shot. And the rebound is secured by Washington. 2 minutes and 18 seconds to play in the first half. Gonzaga 28, Pacific 16. Smith picks up his dribble at the three-point line. Hand off, trying to pass it back to him, and Hickman tips it out of bounds. Boy, Nolan has been active on the defensive end. 3 steals, just deflected that pass out of bounds. And Pacific will inbound with 17 seconds on the shot clock, 2:07 to play in the half. We're going to have a substitution. Looks like Smith's going to check out, Gardner back in. So Washington able to get it in to Gardner, right back to the point guard. Washington skips back left side to Fisher. Bulldogs have kept him in check. Fisher driving on Battle, and Califf is going to be whistled for the personal foul. Fisher got just enough of an angle. Battle got his hip into him, trying to drive him away from the basket, and picked up the personal foul. Now, Battle to the bench. Inocente checks in. Califf pleading his case to the official, and Coach Few now pleading for Califf as well, saying he's grabbing my arm and initiating the contact. Battle picks up his second and heads to the bench. Tigers get the ball inbounds. Fisher has it, defended by Inocente. Holding it 30 feet, gets a screen from Gardner. Dribbles to his left. Now to Gardner. Going to work on Huff. Spins a right-handed hook. Just clears the rim and in. 28-18 is the Bulldog advantage. Gardner's first make of the night. Gregg out top with it. Gives it up to Nembhard on the right side. Ryan turns the corner with the left hand. Gets under the basket. Had it stripped away by Fisher. Tigers on the run, 2-on-1. Here's a late pass and a finish for Fisher. That's 6 straight points for the Tigers, and they've cut the lead to 28-20. Huff spins baseline on Gardner, gets under the basket. Double team comes, throws it up, throws it in, and he's headed to the free throw line. Boy, Pacific has been aggressive in that double. A lot of contact there. Braden finishes through it and has another three-point opportunity for the Bulldogs. We had a couple of guys there, and Fisher just grabbed Braden by the shoulders. Braden able to power through that. Coulibaly is going to check in. Keynes heads to the bench. 1:14 to play first half. Huff at the free throw line. Braden 6 points on 3 of 4 shooting. Give him 7 as he makes the free throw. 31-20 Zags. They've led by as many as 14 points. Full court pressure. Dribbling up the right sideline into the front court and being trapped is Washington. Pass away is stolen by Huff. Braden will bring it the other way himself. All the way to the rim. Lays it in with the left hand. 1 minute to play first half. Huff goes coast to coast off the steal. It's 33-20 Bulldogs. This press really disrupting the flow for Pacific. Washington fakes the pass, drives, kicks left side. Coulibaly shoots a 3 from in front of the GU bench. No good. Takes an extra hop off the rim into the hands of Gregg. Ben gives it up to Nembhard, who walks the ball across the timeline. And now the Bulldogs will call a timeout. They've got 1 to use. And so Coach Few will call a timeout and set something up. 31 seconds to play in the first half. 23 seconds on the shot clock. And Coach Few is going to send Califf Battle back onto the floor for this offensive possession. For the Bulldogs so far, Nembhard has 4 assists, 1 shy of tying his own school record for most assists in a season. It's 3 points on 1 of 4 shooting. Huff is the leading scorer for Gonzaga right now with 9 points. He's 4 of 5 from the field. Battle and Ajayi each with 7. Hickman has 5. Ike with 2. Ben Gregg has yet to attempt the shot. Dusty Stromer has played 3 minutes. He's 0 for 1. Inocente has missed both of his field goal attempts. The Zags as a team shooting 38%. They're 11 out of 29, 3 out of 13 from behind the three-point line. Boy, they've had 5 or 6 here in the first half that have rimmed out. This lead easily could be up to 20-25. And still, it's a 33-20 advantage. 31 seconds to play here in the first half. The Battle will inbound on the far sideline. Tosses it into Nemhard. Koulibaly defends him. Transfer from Washington State and SMU. Nemhard bounces it to Battle. Now for Greg out top. Now to Hickman. Hickman, a little one-handed runner, is good. Came off that screen set by Braden Huff and knocks down that little one-hander. Bulldogs lead it 35-20. 7 points now for Nolan. Here's a look in the paint for Gardner. Gardner, 3 seconds to shoot. Forces the little fadeaway. No good. There's the horn, and that'll do it. 20 minutes in the books here in Stockton. Not a great offensive first half for the Bulldogs, but still enough offense to take a 15-point lead into the locker room. 35-20 is our halftime score. Got the halftime show coming your way right after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
How close can you get with Verizon Access? Front row close. Red carpet close. Backstage passes close. Playing quarterback for your favorite NFL team close. Okay, not that close. But watching from the sidelines close? You bet. Get into the experiences you love, like concerts, games, and exclusive pre-sales, just for being a Verizon customer. Verizon Access. You're in. Learn more at verizon.com/access.
Marsh McLennan Agency is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Sports. When it comes to insurance, how hard does your team really work for you? At Marsh McLennan Agency, we do the shopping for the right insurance carrier, ensuring you get the right coverage tailored to your needs. Our local experts are dedicated to providing personalized service backed by the resources of Marsh, the global leader in insurance. Visit MMANorthwest.com and get started on finding a better insurance coverage for you. Go Zags!
It's time for Home Team Rewards. Zag fans, get your Bulldog branded ICCU Premier Rewards Visa credit card, the only card where you can earn rewards for everyday purchases while giving back to Gonzaga University. Choose from a Visa Rewards card with a lower rate or a Premier Rewards card with maximum rewards. With no annual fees, card control, and next-level security, you can spend smart from tap to app. Zags, rejoice! Find your card at iccu.com/GoZags on approved credit.
On the Gonzaga Sports Network from Learfield, welcome to the Numerica Credit Union Halftime Show. Numerica Credit Union, life moves, live well. Federally insured by NCUA. We'll bring you stats and analysis from the first 20 minutes, as well as a look at scores from around the nation. Now, let's go courtside. Here's the voice of the Zags, Tom Hudson.
It is halftime in Stockton. The Bulldogs lead 35-20. The 1978 Pacific basketball team made a trip to the NCAA tournament, being honored here at halftime. And a nice contingent of former players here as we see the Bulldogs take a 35-20 lead here into the locker room. Pacific scored the first basket of the game. Took the Bulldogs a couple minutes to get on the board. They would nearly 3 minutes in, courtesy Ryan Nemhard, for our first and only lead change of the basketball game. On the left-handed dribble, gets a screen from Ike to the left wing, keeps it alive, now fires it over to Battle, gives it up on the sideline to Nemhard. Top of the key, Craig hands it back to Nemhard for three. That one's good, all net. The Bulldogs take the lead 3-2. That would be Nemhard's only make of the first half. He's 1 of 4 from the field. Does have 4 assists. He's one shy of tying his school record of 243 assists in a season. But the Bulldogs took a 3-2 lead at that point. They would lead the game by a score of 12-11 as Pacific was able to score. They got a 3-point shot at a 4-point opportunity to tie the game, but the free throw was off the mark. So the Bulldogs had 12-11. And that's when the offense got into gear after a slow start. Braden Huff, as part of a 14-0 run for the Bulldogs. Big first half for the sophomore big man coming off the bench. Now they've got the switch. They're looking for Fisher. Can't get it there. Instead out to Jones. Jones gives it up right corner. 3 on the way and misses badly. Nemhard, long pass up the floor. Huff running and flushes with 2 hands. Now, Braden Huff, boy, he was able to beat everybody down the floor for that basket. Also took one coast to coast off of a steal, and he is the Bulldogs' leading scorer with 9 points on 4 or 5 shooting from the field. Again, the Bulldogs led 18-11 at that point. That run would continue for the Bulldogs. Mike Ajayi, coming off the bench, has been one of the most productive Zags here in Stockton. 7 points and 7 rebounds. Ike wants to go to work on Gardner. Takes him into the paint. Leaves it to Ajayi, cutting down the baseline from the corner. He finishes. He's fouled, and he's headed to the free throw line. Ajayi would convert the three-point play. Mike perfect so far tonight. 2 out of 2 from the field. He's made all 3 of his free throw attempts. Again, 7 points. To go along with the team best 7 rebounds. The Bulldogs use that 14-0 run to extend their lead from 12-11 to 26-14. And they lead it at the break by a score of 35-20. We're going to take a quick break here in Stockton. Matt Schweiker standing by in our Learfield, North Carolina studios for a halftime show score update. We're back after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
He's coming. Here he goes. Surprise! Your table saw broke. Also, the warranty expired weeks ago, so you need to pay for a new one out of pocket.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Oh, and the replacement part you ordered doesn't fit, so it's completely useless. What a waste.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
BECU. You've heard the name, seen the letters. But what does BECU stand for? Simply put, not-for-profit BECU stands for people. For charting your own path. For choosing what's right for members instead of what's profitable for someone else. Because they are the reason our credit union exists. So we do everything in our power to help them reach their financial goals. BECU. Power in people. All Pacific Northwest residents are eligible to join. Federally insured by NCUA.
Support Gonzaga men's basketball through NIL. Zags Collective is the leading NIL collective supporting Zags student athletes through name, image, and likeness. Zags Collective creates opportunities for student athletes to engage with the community and grow their brand. Plus, you get access to autograph sessions, exclusive events, and more. Become a member today. Go to zagscollective.com and get started.
Time for a check of the scores around the WCC and around the nation. Let's go to the network studios.
Gonzaga leading Pacific 35-20 at the half. Welcome inside the Learfield Network Studios. Matt Schweiker with you here this evening. Let's take a look at what else is going on around the WCC and beyond. We got one other game in progress in league, and it's Santa Clara in cruise control with 7.5 minutes left, leading San Diego 77-60. 2 games still to come. One tipping off in just about 10 minutes. Loyola Marymount at home against San Francisco. And then at 7 o'clock Pacific time, another tricky one for St. Mary's on the road against Oregon State. And here's what's going on in the top 25. It is coming down to the wire in a battle between maybe the 2 best teams in the ACC. Clemson leading number 2 Duke 70-68 with 1:15 to go in the ball game. A high-level basketball game happening there, and it has been back and forth the entire second half. 2 other games in progress in the top 25. Number 3 Alabama with a 10-6 lead over Arkansas with 14:42 left in the first half, and with 11:27 to go in the first half in Baton Rouge, it's LSU with a 16-14 advantage against 25th ranked Ole Miss. And 1 game still to come in the top 25 tonight. It'll be tipping off at 7:30 Pacific time in the Big 12. The battle between number 20 Arizona and number 13 Texas Tech. Final scores from earlier today. Number 6 Florida with maybe the biggest win of the day, defeating number 1 Auburn 90-81. Tennessee with a big win over Oklahoma 70-52. Houston downed Colorado 69-59. Iowa State blew out TCU 82-52. Michigan State with a huge second half to erase a 14-point deficit and defeat Oregon 86-74. Texas A&M beat Mizzou 67-64. Number 11 Marquette fell to Creighton 77-67. Kentucky cruises past South Carolina 80-57. Kansas State with the upset over their arch rivals Kansas 81-73. Mississippi State survives Georgia 76-75. We'll take another break, and our halftime coverage will continue next. Once again, our score here at the half: Gonzaga 35, Pacific 20. Halftime show continues next. This is Gonzaga basketball from Learfield.
At Western National Insurance, NICE is a little word that does big things for everyone. NICE is a helping hand when you need it most, and the peace of mind that comes from knowing you can trust the person on the other end of the call. For more than a century, we've been protecting individuals, families, and businesses with NICE as our foundation. Experience the power of NICE for yourself. Ask your independent insurance agent for Western National.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
When staring down the barrel of a crispy fish, fish and cheddar, and beef and cheddar, it's pretty obvious that roast beef isn't wild-caught Alaskan pollock. Excellent observation skills. Now, what do they all have in common? They're just 2 for $6.99. You are killing it, sandwich sleuth. Now reward yourself with Arby's 2 for $6.99. Surf and turf. Arby's, we have the meats.
At participating Arby's for a limited time.
Halftime here in Stockton. Gonzaga leads 35-20 over Pacific. Let's take a look at our first half statistics. Leading scorer for Gonzaga is Braden Huff. Braden 9 points on 4 or 5 shooting from the field. He also made his only free throw attempt of the first half. Hickman, 2 out of 4 from the field, knocked down a 3. He has 7 points. Caleb Battle also has 7 points. He's 2 of 8 from the field, including 1 of 6 from behind the 3-point line. Made a couple of free throws. Third member of Gonzaga with 7 first-half points is Mike Ajayi. 2 for 2 from the field, made all 3 of his free throws. 7 points, also leads Gonzaga with 7 rebounds. 3 points for Nemhard in the first half to go along with 4 assists. Graham Ike had 2 points on 1 of 4 shooting from the field. Dusty Stromer, back after missing the game with illness on Thursday, is 0 for 1. He played about 3.5 minutes in the first half. Emmanuel Inocente went 0 for 2. The Bulldogs is a group, 12 out of 30. That's 40% from the field. Gonzaga 3 out of 13 shooting threes as the shooting woes from behind the line continue. I will say in their defense tonight, there have been at least 3, maybe 4 that have either popped out or rimmed out. You look at those numbers, you just think by averages, at some point some of those are going to go in for the Bulldogs. But, I mean, the number is 3 out of 13 right now from behind the 3-point line. The Bulldogs go a perfect 8 of 8 at the free throw line. Meanwhile, for Pacific, it's Elijah Fisher with 6 points to lead the way. He was 2 out of 5 from the field. Burke Smith, the backup big man coming off the bench, has 5. He banged in a 3, his first make of the year. Just 8 made field goals for the Tigers in the first half. 8 out of 29 for 27%. They were 2 out of 9 shooting threes and 2 of 3 at the free throw line. Gonzaga +1 on the glass in the first half here today. So let's look at our first half statistics. Gonzaga using a 14-0 run to extend their lead from 12-11 to 26-11, and they lead it at the half by 15. Second half action coming your way from the Spano Center in Stockton right after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Want to earn some extra money this winter? Spokane International Airport is hiring multiple seasonal snow removal equipment operators. These are on-call positions for the upcoming winter season from November 2024 to March 2025. You can earn up to $36 an hour. Some positions require a CDL, and previous experience in operating snow removal equipment is highly preferred. Join our team today. Learn more and apply by visiting SpokaneAirports.net.
Today's students are smart, savvy, and heading towards a future filled with possibilities. Education is the light that can help guide them on their path to fulfilling their dreams. That's why Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. With every lottery game you play in the pursuit of making your dreams a reality, you're supporting the next generation of game changers who are using education as the way to reach theirs. Thanks for playing, Washington.
The next time you visit Northern Quest, we suggest bringing your sea legs. and your lead foot. It's the $100,000 Benz Voyage giveaway. Play daily with your Camus Rewards card, and you could win a cruise line adventure. Or a brand new Mercedes GLC 300 with an inline-4 turbo. Tax and licensing included. Speeding tickets are on you, though. The Benz Voyage giveaway. Grand prize drawing March 31st. Details at northernquest.com.
Ready for the second half in Stockton. Gonzaga 35, Pacific 20. Let's take 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield. Zags will move right to left in the second half here with Hickman, Battle, Nemhard, Gregg, and Ike on the floor, starting five out there. Pacific also has its starters on the floor to open the second half. Pacific will have the ball first. Washington walks it across half court, and the official blows the whistle and says there's a clock malfunction, so clock says 19:58, but it says 29 seconds on the shot clock. So maybe instead of trying to mess with all this, yes, now they go to 19:55. But the shot clock's still at 29. That was a quick 5 seconds. We could do is just start over at 20. Just start the second half over again. There's no advantage gained. I mean, they threw the ball in the backcourt to Washington. Now they're going to put it at 19:56. Now, while they're doing this, congratulations to the Gonzaga women, winners at home today. 73-69 over Washington State. Von Ejim with another double-double. On Thursday night, she became Gonzaga's all-time leading scorer, surpassing Heather Bowman. First possession of the second half for Pacific ends with an offensive foul. It'll be called against Gardner, the big man setting a screen. And he's a little frustrated as he looks over at his head coach, who was also frustrated. Showing his coach, like, I just set a screen, but whistle blew. Now we've got an official talking to Ben Gregg and Ryan Nemhard down there. Everybody's laughing. Let's see. I think they had the possession arrow wrong, so they got that situated. Now we're going to play some basketball here. 35-20 is the score. Left side pass, Hickman off the Ike screen as three rims out. Another near miss for the Zags. Ralph rebounds. Is up to Washington. Bulldogs slow him down. Picks up his dribble. Battle tips this pass and steals it. Hits the other way. Tries to throw it down with one hand and can't. A little rim check, and now here comes Elijah Fisher off the missed dunk attempt. Missed the first one, but stuck with it. Offensive rebounds, and Ike fouled him on the putback. And that'll send Fisher to the free throw line. Fisher, 74% from the line this season. Again, 169 attempts on the year. It's top 10 in the country. And that one comes up short. Fisher now 2 for 3 at the line. Make it 2 of 4 as he misses both those. And then Ben Gregg can't secure the rebound, and that is not going to make his head coach happy. I just got to grab it with one hand, and the ball came off the fingertips of Gregg and went out of bounds. So Pacific with another chance, trailing 35-20, nearly a minute gone by here in the second half. The Tigers with the ball. Right side pass, Washington. Takes a jump shot, leans into Hickman on the drive. Ball knocked away by Gregg, but Ben's going to be whistled for a personal foul. Greg's first foul. And Pacific's going to inbound on the baseline again. Washington has it in the corner in front of his own bench. Out to Gardner, big man at the three-point line. Hand off to Ralph. Ralph with 5 seconds to shoot. Little crossover move on Ike. Fakes to his left, spins back right. Little fadeaway is good. 35-22. Greg between the circles looking in the paint. He finds Ike. One dribble, gets to the rim and scores. 37-22 is the Bulldog advantage. Washington. Couple steps inside a half court with the dribble. Now to the left sideline. Bulldogs switch up defensively. Battle picks him up. Out to Ralph. Ralph top of the key. Short pass. There's a bounce in the corner to Washington. Washington trying to back down Nembhard. Oh, hops up at the free throw line. Fadeaway jump shot. Off the rim. The glass rattles around and drops. 37-24 is the Bulldog advantage. Ike gives it up to Battle. Battle driving with the left hand of the free throw line. Pass it back to Ike. Ike backing down Gardner, who's going to be called for the foul. And 2 arms up, doing everything he could to fight off the challenge from Ike. And Gardner's whistled for his third. Gardner out, Burke Smith in. Nembhard flips it into Ike. Ike going right to work on Smith. Right off the bench, spins to his left, uses the glass, finishes, and a foul. Burke Smith looking at his teammates and say, somebody come and help me. I'm supposed to get a double team here. Instead, it's Graham Ike headed to the free throw line. Tigers have been doubling Gonzaga on nearly every post touch. Jefferson Coulibaly checks back in. Ike's free throw is good. So 3-point play for Graham. 40-24 is the Gonzaga lead. Full court pressure. Coulibaly in the backcourt picks up his dribble, passes over to Washington, who's across the timeline. Bounces down low for Smith. Back in the corner to Washington. Far side of the floor. Poked away by Nembhard out of bounds. Washington looks to inbound, bounces it into Smith. Big man at 30 feet, hands it back to the Tigers point guard. Washington, a little crossover. Can't shake free of Hickman. Passes it over to left side. Here's a drive, a challenge, and a whistle. Elijah Fisher, leading scorer for the Tigers, is going to head back to the free throw line. They're going to get the foul on Battle. That's his third, and Emmanuel Inocente is going to check in for the Zags. Inocente on early here in the second half. Gonzaga leading 40-25. Bulldogs have never... Free throws on the way. I shouldn't say never trailed. They trailed 2-0. Ryan Nembhard had a 3. Give Gonzaga a 3-2 lead. And they have not trailed since. 40-26 after both free throws are made. This time it's Hickman across half court with it. Now he hands it off to Nembhard. Nembhard bounces on the far side to Gregg. Out top to Inocente. Looking in the paint for Ike. Graham catches, gathers, scores. Beautiful look. Inocente finds Ike posting up. 42-26. Graham with 9 points now. There's Fisher right side. Driving on Inocente. Comes up short with a little hook shot. Inocente able to secure the rebound. Gets to Nembhard, who's across the timeline. Beautiful look down low for Ike. Ball goes right between his hands, bounces off of his chest, and one of the Tigers touched it out of bounds. That would have been assist number 5 on the night for the Bulldogs. Ryan Nemhard, who would have tied his school record. Some more opportunities here. He gets it into Ike, backing down Smith. Gets into the paint, sweeps across, uses the glass, and scores 2 more. Graham Ike heating up for the Bulldogs here. He's into double figures with 11. Gonzaga's lead continues to grow, 44-26. It's the biggest it's been all night. Washington gives it up left side to Smith. That 3 is off the mark. Rebound is saved. It's up for grabs. Hickman got a piece of it, but it ends up in the hands of Ralph. His runner on the baseline is good. A messy play there. Pacific able to save the ball in bounds. Just kind of a free-for-all as the Bulldogs go the other way. It's Gregg to Ike for another bucket. Well, Graham Ike is on a roll here. He has scored the last 9 Gonzaga points. Graham 13. 46-28. Smith is going to fire another 3, and that clanks off the glass. Bulldogs with another rebound. Nemhard in the front court leaves it for Gregg. Fakes the 3, pass back to Nemhard. Nemhard dribbles to the left wing. Goes to work on Ralph. Gets under the basket. Fires it out to Innocente for a wide open 3. Back iron wouldn't go down. We've got a whistle and a foul. We're going to stay here as Gregg and Ralph fought for the rebound. The foul is going to go against Coulibaly. A hold on the Tigers guard. Our first official timeout of the second half. 15:09 to play in our basketball game. Bulldogs 46, Pacific 28. Listen to the Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard until the other team scores. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024, Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Every year, the crowds go crazy for the Cal Triple Play of the Day, where you can get tricked out cool trucks or sporty SUVs just in time for winter. And this week, you can delay all payments until next year. Get a minimum $2,000 trade-in value for your old ride, plus get a 2-year service maintenance program with every vehicle sold, which is a triple play opportunity this week at both Cal locations.
BECU. You've heard the name, seen the letters. But what does BECU stand for? Simply put, not-for-profit BECU stands for people. For charting your own path. For choosing what's right for members instead of what's profitable for someone else. Because they are the reason our credit union exists. So we do everything in our power to help them reach their financial goals. BECU. Power in people. All Pacific Northwest residents are eligible to join. Federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome back to Stockton. Tom Hudson with you here tonight. Adam Morrison has a night off. He'll be back with us on Thursday night when the Bulldogs open a brief 2-game homestand against San Francisco. We've got USF on Thursday and then Pepperdine coming to Spokane on Saturday. Bill's Heating and Air, proud sponsors of Gonzaga Athletics. Call now for your free estimate. Bill's Heating and Air, home of the low price guarantee. Go Zags. Well, Graham Ike on a roll here coming out of the locker room. Graham with 13 points, the only player in the game in double figures. Graham in the first half was 1 of 4 from the field for 2 points. Now Ike has actually, 9 straight points. Graham has scored all 11 Gonzaga points here in the second half. Well, Ben Gregg with 5 assists tonight. That is a career high for the senior. 5 assists, just 1 turnover. Here's Ryan Nemhard to inbound. Gregg still hasn't scored. He still hasn't attempted a field goal. 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Nemhard inbound to Hickman. Hickman dribbling on the baseline, double teamed, kicks it out to Ike at the 3-point line. Now out to Nemhard, wide open, shoots a 3. Halfway down, that one pops out. Hickman chases down the loose ball off the tap from Ike. Feeds Ajayi, just checked in, and Mike is fouled as he goes up for the putback. Boy, Nolan Hickman flying around, making stuff happen. Helps Ajayi get to the free throw line. Yeah, the Bulldogs have scored 11 points in the second half, and Ike has all of them. Ajayi's first free throw good. He'll shoot one more. Burke Smith is going to check back in for Gardner. Talked about it earlier. Smith 0 for 9 from behind the three-point line to start the season. Made his first one here. He's gone 0 for 4 since, so really doubled his attempts in one game here. So 0 for 9 on the year. He's 1 for 5 tonight. 1 out of 2 at the line for Ajayi, 47-29. Bulldogs almost force a turnover. The Pacific regains control and able to get it across the timeline. Or are they? No, they're not. Pass did not get thrown before the clock got to 20, so a turnover on Pacific. Zags ratcheting up the pressure here. They have really stymied this Pacific offense. Pacific 11 out of 36. That's 12 turnovers against just 2 assists for the Tigers tonight. Ajayi into the backcourt from the sideline. Passes into Nembhard. Nembhard leaves it at the three-point line for Ajayi. Snaps one top of the key for Hickman. We've got a whistle and a foul. It's going to be an offensive foul against Graham Ike. Official says he was using his elbow to clear out Smith. Coach Few saying something to Graham, and he's saying, I didn't do it. It's a turnover on the Bulldogs on the offensive foul. Zags that pressure again. Washington dribbles it to half court. And now they'll break the pressure. Bulldogs 47, Pacific 28. 14-20 to play. Here's Washington, a little hesitation. Drives, kicks, right corner three. Won't go down. Ball tipped. Hickman controls. One-handed pass up the right side. Nembhard, no look intended for Ike. Nice play by Burke Smith, the big man hustling, able to tip that ball out of bounds. It'll be Gonzaga ball. Nembhard inbound. Nembhard into Hickman, near corner. Three on the way. It's good for Nolan. Zags lead at 50-28. Give Nembhard the assist, and that ties his school record. 50-28 is the lead. We've got 14 minutes to play here in Stockton. Fisher's been held in check. Their leading scorer, 16.7 a game. Little crossover move. Ajayi poked it away. Fisher gets it back. Out to Ralph. Their second leading scorer, also been held in check. Ralph driving, kicking. Here's a three. Nowhere close for Washington. Rebounded to Chente for the Zags. To Nembhard. Flips it up the floor for Ajayi. He catches, reverses. Shot wouldn't go down. Well, one of the Tigers got back and just got a fingertip on that pass and disrupted Ajayi a little bit. Pacific has the ball. Bulldogs with their biggest lead of the game. It's 22. Ralph gives it up to Washington, who drives, challenged by Ike, scores it off the glass. 50-30. Hickman right side. Looks like Nolan maybe got poked in the eye. Give the ball up to Ajayi. And a foul is going to go against Burke Smith away from the ball. Graham Ike will head to the bench. Braden Huff checks in for him. Ike, after scoring 2 in the first half, 11 here early in the second. Ralph and Ajayi getting tied up a little bit there. Official, before he hands the ball off to Nembhard, separates them. And we're going to have a substitution for Pacific. Solomon Ominu is going to check in for the first time. A 6'8", 210-pound freshman out of Nigeria. 8 different countries represented on this roster, or 8 different foreign players. 4 from Canada, 4 from other countries. Here's an inbound. They work it back to Nembhard. Ryan sticks the three-point shot. Gonzaga with a 53-30 lead. Just under 13 to play. Washington between the circles with it. Dribbling goes right off the screen from Ominu. Pass left side, stolen away by Hickman, and there's going to have to be up. They're going to go and look at it. And Coach Few is asking for the call. That was a grab from behind. That was a clear impeding of the fast break for Nolan Hickman. There's no play on the ball at all. I can't imagine they're not going to make this call correctly. Coach Pugh still out there talking to the officials and saying, you guys need to give this one a good look. So they've come over to the table. The Bulldogs lead 53-30. And with 12 minutes and 31 seconds to play, we're going to keep it right here, as this will not go to a timeout. So the officials take a look. Hickman stepped in front of the pass and stole it. Krivokopich grabbed Nolan around the waist. And Mo talks about it all the time. It's one of those in the European plays. There's going to be easy fast break. You just grab a guy and take the ball out of bounds. But a little different rules here. If there was no play on the ball, let's see, the officials have all looked at it. The three of them are gathered around. And we'll see what they have to say. Well, hey, Zag fans, the Xfinity 10G network, get the fastest internet with faster speeds rolling out every day. Enjoy a reliable connection so everyone can be online at once, even during peak hours. Introducing the next generation 10G network only from Xfinity. Zags lead is 23. The conversation continues. And I do believe that let's wait and get official word. The teams both huddled around their head coaches, getting an extra time out here. Let's see what happens. Yet Nolan Hickman is going to step to the free throw line by himself. Krivokopich whistled for that foul. And what that means is Hickman's going to shoot 2 free throws, makes them both, stays perfect on the year, gives Gonzaga a 25-point lead, and the Bulldogs will have possession of the basketball. Now let's get these lineups set for you. Krivokopich will head to the bench. Jones checks in for him. For the Bulldogs, it's Nembhard, Inocente, Ajayi, Battle, and Huff. Inocente, one-handed pass to Huff between the circles, gives it up to Nembhard, brings it all the way back out top. Ryan fires a pass, left side Battle, and they're going to call Huff for the offensive foul, setting the illegal screen. Seen several of those offensive fouls called here on both teams tonight. Zags still lead comfortably with 12:15 to play, up by 25. Into the front court, Carter Benton, the freshman of Tulsa, Oklahoma, seeing his first action here in the second half. Jones with it over to Washington. Washington drives, spins, gets into the paint, and banks it in. Washington with the bank at the 11:55 mark. Bulldogs lead 55-32. Nembhard defended by Jones. Leaves it for Huff at the free throw line. Now for Ajayi. Penetrates with the left-handed dribble. Pulls up from 14 and hits. Ajayi makes it 57-32. Benton with it. Gives it up quickly to Washington. Gets a screen from Ominu. Bounces it back to the freshman, who gives it right back to Washington. Washington into the paint, fires a pass right side. Benton for 3. That one rattles around and drops. Every attempt from the field for Benton in the WCC has been from behind the three-point line. 35 of 37 on the season have been threes. And he makes that one, his first shot attempt of the game. Bulldogs lead at 57-35. Nembhard in the far corner gets a screen from Ajayi. Back to Mike, goes up for the shot, blocked from behind, put back. And Huff can't get it to go, but he's fouled. Well, we've got an official timeout on the floor with 10:52 to play in our basketball game. Gonzaga in control, 57-35. We're going to take a break. We're coming back right after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Shaw Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Services is proud to sponsor Gonzaga Athletics. When it comes to your home or business, you deserve fast, reliable service, and that's exactly what you'll get. Our team is committed to delivering 5-star service with upfront pricing and free quotes on every job, so there's no surprises. Got a plumbing emergency? Don't wait. Call Shaw Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning today at 509-954-5273 or visit ShawPlumbingServices.com. We're the Zags' trusted team for reliable service every time.
Every year, the crowds go crazy for the Cal Triple Play of the Day, where you can get tricked out cool trucks or sporty SUVs just in time for winter. And this week, you can delay all payments until next year. Get a minimum $2,000 trade-in value for your old ride, plus get a 2-year service maintenance program with every vehicle sold, which is a triple play opportunity this week at both Cal locations.
At Papa Murphy's, dinner's easy and delicious. We make it fresh. Scratch-made dough, hand-chopped veggies, so you can bake it at home. Hot, fresh, and perfect every time. Try the Cowboy Pizza tonight for just $12.99. Order now at papamurphys.com. Change the way you pizza. At Papa Murphy's, dinner's easy and delicious. We make it fresh. Scratch-made dough, hand-chopped veggies, so you can bake it at home. Hot, fresh, and perfect every time. Try the Cowboy Pizza tonight for just $12.99. Order now at papamurphys.com. Change the way you pizza.
Gonzaga leading 57-35 at Pacific, only meeting between the schools this year. We have 10 minutes and 52 seconds to play at the Alex Spanos Center. If you're looking for an all-star lineup of sporty all-wheel drive vehicles and 4-wheel drive vehicles, make the smart play and head on out to Cal. The Bulldogs are shooting 57% in the second half. They've made 8 of 14 field goal attempts, and now 20 out of 44 on the game. They're 5 of 18 from behind the three-point line, 12 out of 13 shooting their free throws. Meanwhile, they've held Pacific to 14 out of 41 from the field, although the Tigers have heated up here, knocked down a couple of shots in the second half. They're shooting 50% after halftime, and they are 6 out of 12. Bulldogs +3 on the glass, as Huff steps to the free throw line. First one is good for Braden. First free throw got him into double figures. Second one gives him 11. 59-35. Bulldogs' biggest lead has been 25 points. 24 right now. Dangerous pass in the front court. Gets through to Ralph, who quickly fires it away to Washington. Out to Jones. He'll shoot a three. That one's short. Rebound kicks into the hands of Battle. Califf across half court with it. Gives it up to Nemhard. Back to Battle. Fakes left, drives right, and is hammered by Carter Benton. Freshman picks up his first personal foul. Looks like KB's going to step to the free throw line. That's 9 team fouls committed by Pacific here in the second half. Bulldogs in the bonus for the final 10:34. Next Tiger foul put him in the double bonus. KB's first free throw is good. He went 15 of 16 on Thursday. Three out of 3 tonight. Make it 4 for 4 all net. Zags have their biggest lead of the game. 61-35. Battle with 9 points now. Washington picks up his dribble in the backcourt, gets it over to Jones. Jones picks up his dribble. Pass deflected. Stolen. Inocente comes away with it to Nemhard. Throws the alley-oop. Battle hammers it home. And Ryan Nemhard sets the single season assist record with the alley-oop dunk by Battle on the other end. Bulldogs lead 63-35. And the Bulldogs force another turnover with more pressure in the backcourt. Battle into double figures. 4 Zags have scored 10 or more. Ajayi 10, 11 apiece for Battle and Huff. Graham Ike sits on the bench with 13. 63-35. Here's Huff in the paint, trying to throw a pass to Ajayi, cutting down the baseline. Is deflected and stolen. Washington to the left side. Pass is in the corner. Here's a sweeping drive. A foul called on Huff as he challenges the shot of Elijah Fisher. For Nemhard, his 5th assist of the game. 243 assists last year, 244 assists this year. That's the top 2 numbers in school history. First free throw. Fisher converts. Just under 10 to play here in Stockton. Fisher goes 1 out of 2. Rebound knocked into the hands of Inocente. 63-36. Nemhard across half court with left-handed dribble. Defended by Jones. Brings it to the right side of the floor. To Huff, who hands it right back to Nemhard. Looking down low for Ajayi. Not there. Instead, Inocente coming off a Huff screen. Shoots a 3. That one misses wide right. And here comes Pacific. It's Washington to the left wing, defended by Ajayi. Now into the paint with the dribble. Little fadeaway jumper for the lefty is good. And Washington cuts the lead to 63-38. Nemhard gets a screen from Huff. Passes back to Braden in a pick and roll. Braden spins into the paint and scores 2 more. 13 for Huff. It's 65-38. Another assist for Nemhard. Dribbling to his right is Washington. Fires back left for Jones. Jones trying to get around Nemhard. Can't. Keeps the dribble alive. His pass intended for Fisher is knocked out of bounds by Battle. Stromer will check in for the first time in the second half, taking over for Inocente. Well, Ralph is going to check out. Kravakovic checks back in. Washington gets it in for Omino, who hands it back to the point guard. Washington, little crossover, can't get around Stromer. Keeps it dribble alive. Down to the free throw line, gets a screen, pull-up jumper. Huff challenges the shot. Washington goes down, and they're going to call Braden for a foul. No, check that. They're going to get Stromer. Lamar Washington's going to shoot a couple of free throws. Washington has 12 points on 6 of 10 shooting. Bulldogs have kept Ralph in check. 4 points on 2 of 5 shooting. Fisher has 9 points, but he's 2 of 7 from the field. So their 2 leading scorers have been kept down for most of this basketball game. Both free throws are good. 1 out of 2, 65-39 is the score. Nemhard across half court. Jones slows him down. Ryan trying to get around him to the right. Now there's a whistle and a foul. Jones was all over him. And Nemhard's headed to the free throw line. That's team foul number 10 on the Tigers. Double bonus for the Bulldogs the rest of the way as they lead 65-39. Nemhard 6 points so far. And big one coming up for the Bulldogs on Thursday night. They're all big at this point, 2 games behind league-leading St. Mary's. We're going to see San Francisco for the first time this season on Thursday. Nemhard makes the first. Rolled around and went in. One out of 2. 66-39. Tigers going to work on offense. Washington, a couple steps out of half court. That's a screen from Omino. Dribbles to his left. Pass back out. Right side of the floor. Fisher across the lane. Looks down low. Omino catches. Shoots. A whistle and a foul. We have an official timeout on the floor. Solomon Amino, who's just 1 out of 5 at the free throw line this year, is going to step to the line when we come back after this timeout. Zags 66, Tigers 39. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. The airport connects Zags fans and alums with over 60 daily departures to more than 20 nonstop destinations provided by 7 major airlines, as well as one-stop connections to most major metropolitan centers throughout the U.S. Real-time arrival and flight departure information is available at SpokaneAirports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
Shaw Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Services is proud to sponsor Gonzaga Athletics. When it comes to your home or business, you deserve fast, reliable service. And that's exactly what you'll get. Our team is committed to delivering 5-star service with upfront pricing and free quotes on every job, so there's no surprises. Got a plumbing emergency? Don't wait. Call Shaw Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning today at 509-954-5273 or visit ShawPlumbingServices.com. We're the Zags' trusted team for reliable service every time.
At Western National Insurance, we're passionate about the power of nice. That's because nice isn't just a word. It's our way of doing business. It's about surpassing expectations, bringing kindness and decency to our work, and providing a helping hand when you need it most. And we've been putting nice first for more than a century. Find out just how powerful nice can be. Contact your independent insurance agent today and ask for Western National.
Seven minutes, 53 seconds to play in Stockton. It's all Zags 66-39 is our score. The Bulldogs trail 2-0. Ryan Nemhard made the 3, and Gonzaga, after taking that lead, has led the rest of the night. Well, hey, Zag fans, want to win tickets to the next men's home game? Stop by Wheatland Bank to enter for your chance to win 2 tickets to the next game. Check online at wheatland.bank/Gonzaga-tickets-giveaway for more details. Bulldogs continue to shoot the ball well here in the second half, 10 out of 17, and now shooting 47% on the game. 13 for Huff, 13 for Ike. 12 scored by Nolan Hickman, who also has 4 steals tonight. Mike Ajayi with 10. Battle currently sits at 9 for the Bulldogs. So, Mino, as I mentioned, 1 out of 5 at the line this season. A little used freshman. And he makes the first to get the Tigers to 40. Second one is off the mark. 26-point Gonzaga advantage. Battle rebounds, and he'll bring the Bulldogs into the offensive end. Battle between the circles to Hickman, coming off a Huff screen. Dribbles to his left, bounces back to Huff, who lays it off the glass and in. Hickman running the point now is Ryan Nemhard sits on the bench for the first time tonight. Picked up that assist that set the school record. And now he's on the bench with 7.5 to play. Zags have tied their biggest lead of the game. And it's like Caleb Battle is injured. He was just standing there at the three-point line away from the play. He's holding his right knee right now. He's still down. Braden Huff kind of standing over him. The official now walks over. And Josh Therian, the Bulldogs trainer, is going to make his way onto the floor. Now looks like Braden's going to help KB up. And he's going to try to limp it off. But first, Inocente is going to come over and check Battle out. So KB looked like he wanted to try to stay in the game, but instead he'll head to the bench. Didn't quite see what happened, but like I said, he went down the three-point line on the left side of the floor, which was well away from the play that was on the baseline on the right side. Amino makes the free throw. It's the front end of a 1-and-1. He'll shoot one more. And that one's nowhere close. Ajayi fighting with Ralph for the rebound. Huff trying to save it. Throws it right to Ralph. His shot's no good, but Inocente's whistled for the personal. 68-41. Inocente whistled for the personal. This time it's Ralph to the free throw line. Elias Ralph makes his first free throw attempt of the game. The second one rims out. Ajayi has the rebound for the Bulldogs. Hickman across half court. Slowed down by Washington. Dribbles to his right. Gives it up to Stromer. Coming off a Huff screen. Back to Huff. Huff's shot is rejected. Flying in Ominu. Pretty close to being a goaltend, but we'll head the other way. Here's Washington. Right wing. Bounces it into the hands of Caneys, who's checked back in. And Washington one more time. Washington wants to work on Stromer into the paint. Little 8-footer is good. He wanted a foul call, didn't get it. 68-44. 6:35 to play. Gonzaga with a comfortable 24-point advantage. Hickman dribbles out top with it. Gives it up to Innocente. Back to Hickman. He's wide open off an Ajayi screen. His three rims out. Ralph rebounds. Gives it up to Washington. Over to Ralph again. Hands it to Washington. Lefty gives it up to Ralph, who's wide open at the three-point line and sticks the three. 68-47. We have 6 minutes to play. Hickman to Ajayi between the circles. Left sideline pass for Stromer. Gives it up. Out top for Huff. Now Innocente. Innocente passes back right side. Hickman posting up his Huff. Nolan bounced it to him. Double comes. Kick out Innocente. Extra pass Stromer. He'll shoot a three from the left corner. That one halfway down and pops out. Oh, the Bulldogs had so many. Got a popcorn out of there tonight. Struggles from behind the line continue. Still, they lead at 68-47. A drive, a pass. Amino looked like he took about 4 steps, able to get it away to Washington. Ajayi tips it out, and Washington chases it down. Here's a pass in the corner. Krukovic misses the three short. Ajayi had his hands on the rebound, but knocked away by Washington. The lefty throws it up. It won't go down, but it's going to be free throws. The Tigers flying around down there. The Bulldogs, 3 defensive stops, but could not secure a rebound. Battle and Nemhard are going to check back in for GU. So good news for KB's. Okay after limping off the floor. Washington to the free throw line. He's got 15 points, leading scorer tonight for the Tigers. Give him 16. His first free throw is good. Washington, 40 points. And the overtime win in Pullman over Washington State. Good-looking player. Dusty Stromer's going to check out of the game. Battle's in for him. So it's Battle, Innocente, Nemhard, Huff, and Ajayi for the Bulldogs. Two for two at the line. It's 68-49. Bulldogs have gone a little bit here without scoring. 2.5 minutes. Pacific on a little bit of a run here after trailing by 28. They've cut it to 68-49. Huff out top. Left side pass, Nemhard. Ryan gives it up to Ajayi. Right back to Nemhard. 12 seconds to shoot it. Huff sets a screen. Ryan dribbles to the left elbow. Keeps that dribble alive. Flips it back out to Battle. 5 seconds to shoot. Dribbles to his left. Shoots the three. Comes up short, but a foul is going to be called. Battle's going to shoot 3 free throws. Krukovic whistled for the personal. Official says he got him on the elbow. Battle to the free throw line where he can become the 5th Bulldog in double figures tonight. Huff, Ajayi, Hickman, Ike already there. First free throw is good. KB now has 10. 4 minutes, 38 seconds to play here in Stockton. Second free throw is good. Koulibaly checks back in. He'll replace Krukovic. And the last one is good. 71-49. KB perfect from the free throw line, 7 for 7 tonight. Coulibaly picks up the dribble, throws it across to the far side of the floor. Washington secures it and gets it across the timeline. Washington on the drive, challenging Huff, switches from the left to the right, flips it in, and Braden's whistled for the personal foul. Well, we talked about Washington, a guy who likes to get to the rim, and I'm not sure about that one. It looked like to me Washington did everything he could to get around Braden. I don't think there was a lot of contact, but Washington will step to the free throw line, where he'll be trying to score his 20th point of the game. And he does. 3-point play. It's 71-52. Lead has been as many as 28. It is currently 19. Battle in the front court to Innocente, to Ajayi between the circles. Gives it up right side Innocente. Hands it off to Nembhard. Now to Huff. Huff gives it up to Battle. Battle had it poked away from behind, but a whistle and a foul on Coulibaly. And the loudest we've heard the Pacific fans tonight. Their team's trailing by 19. 71-52 Bulldogs, 4:10 to play. Bud Light, proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Battle's going to step to the line to shoot 2 more free throws. That one's good. Second one as well. Battle still perfect from the free throw line. It's 73-52. Molly picks up his dribble in the backcourt, passes back to Washington, spins it across the timeline with 1 second to spare. Washington dribbling to his left. Skips it back right side. Ralph on the drive, spins, fade away from 10. That one's good. 73-54. We're under 4 minutes to play. Nembhard walks it across half court. Bounces to Huff. Couple dribbles to his left, hands it off to Battle. KB top of the key. Pass back left side of Ajayi. Can't get around Ralph. Bounces instead to Huff. Huff going to work. Here comes a double team. Spins away from it. Hook a little too strong. Innocente's tip was no good. Put back attempt for Ajayi is blocked. It's out of bounds. Final official timeout of the basketball game. 3:13 to play. Zags 73, Tigers 54. It'll be Gonzaga basketball when we come back from this timeout. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
At Western National Insurance, NICE is a little word that does big things for everyone. NICE is a helping hand when you need it most, and the peace of mind that comes from knowing you can trust the person on the other end of the call. For more than a century, we've been protecting individuals, families, and businesses with NICE as our foundation. Experience the power of NICE for yourself. Ask your independent insurance agent for Western National.
When staring down the barrel of a crispy fish, fish and cheddar, and beef and cheddar, it's pretty obvious that roast beef isn't wild-caught Alaskan pollock. Excellent observation skills. Now, what do they all have in common? They're just 2 for $6.99. You are killing it, sandwich sleuth. Now reward yourself with Arby's 2 for $6.99. Surf and turf. Arby's, we have the meats.
At participating Arby's for a limited time.
Anyone who works for themselves has the toughest boss on the planet, a real taskmaster with no respect for nights or weekends. Still, it doesn't have to be lonely at the top. Wheatland Bank makes running a business seamless with a careful mix of personal service, deep resources, and the latest tech. After all, you're only human. Unlike that bully whose name's on the door, you're 5-star Wheatland Bank. Relationships you can count on.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back in Stockton, California for the final 3:13. Gonzaga leading 73-54. They have led since Ryan Nemhard 3 made it 3-2. And the opening 3 minutes of the basketball game. Well, it's Zags fans versus Kook fans in Northern Quest Winning Colors Challenge. Get your Gonzaga Campus Rewards card and play for the Zags. The fan base with most points wins $10,000 for the program. Details at northernquest.com. Battle inbounds to Nemhard. Waits for a screen from Huff. Dribbles to his left, fires a pass right side. Battle driving baseline. Challenge, spins, tries to throw it up over his shoulder. It's blocked out of bounds. Zag ball, 8 seconds to shoot. Official hands the ball to Nemhard. Lobs it at the free throw line to Huff. Huff driving left, spins back to his right, rattles around and drops. Braden going to the offhand with the nifty finish, 75-54. 2:51 to play. Huff has 17 now. Washington bounces to Ralph between the circles, dribbling to his right, hands it off. Knees had it briefly, gives it to Washington. Washington gets around Battle into the paint. Kicks it out for a 3, and that one is good. Knees knocks it down. 75-57. 2:30 to play. Inocente skips right side to Battle. Sideline pass Nemhard to Huff, who fakes a handoff to Nemhard, gives it up to Battle instead. He'll turn the corner, bounce it back to Braden. Braden double teams, and he's going to be fouled from behind. Or are they going to get Washington in front? The two guys aggressively coming on the double team. It will be Washington. Coach Few is going to go to his bench here with 2 minutes and 12 seconds to play. Well, Huff to the line. Braden's first won't go down. A battle to the bench and Uchente to the bench. Ryan Nemhard, who broke his own record of 243 assists this season, also checks out. Onto the floor for the Bulldogs, Jun Suk-yo, Dusty Stromer, and Joe Few. Free throw is good, but we're going to wave it off. A lane violation on the Bulldogs. Now Hickman will check in for Huff. Had a point taken off. He'll finish with 17. 75-57, Bulldogs with the lead. Washington to the front court with it. Goes to his right, defended by Ajayi on the switch. Gets to the baseline. Short pass. Keynes has it. Pass over left corner to Washington. 10 seconds to shoot. Washington going to work on Ajayi. Gets into the paint, spins back, throws it up with one hand, and gets it to go. Boy, tough finish there. 75-59. 1:40 to play. 22 for Washington. Few gets a screen from Ajayi to the free throw line with a dribble. Switches to the right hand. He banks it in. Count it. A wry smile from his dad. And Joe's headed to the free throw line with 1:32 to play. Jones checks into the game for Washington, who had 22 points. By far the leading offensive player for the Tigers today. He goes 9 of 14 from the field. So had 8 rebounds. Few makes the free throw. 3-point play for Joe. 78-59. Coulibaly defended by Few. Dribbles to his left. Coulibaly back to his right. Gives it up left side. Jones. Driving on Ajayi. Retreats. Kicks it out. Coulibaly will fire a 3. Barely draws iron. Rebound chased down. Keynes. He's got it again to the baseline with the dribble. Leaves it for Ralph. Under a minute to play now. Ralph fades and rims out the jump shot on the baseline. Rebound tipped into the hands of Joe Few. Few into the front court with it. Refuses a screen of Ajayi. Drives, throws it up. Almost got it to go. Ajayi tips it. Stromer comes away with it, gives it up to Hickman. Now to Few in the corner. They're going to stop briefly there to put 16 seconds on the shot clock. They reset it all the way to 30 instead of to 20 on the rebound. So 16 seconds on the clock, inbound to Hickman. Hickman between the circles with it, gets a screen from Ajayi. Nolan's three is an air ball. Out of bounds, it will be Tigers basketball. Shot clock is off, game clock at 29 seconds. Bulldogs led by as many as 28. They're ahead 78-59 now. Koulibaly quickly into the front court, tries to hand it off to Ralph. Almost turned it over. They move it around the perimeter. Keynes has it left side, skips it back right for Jones. Out top, Koulibaly. Gets a screen, dribbles to his right. 7 seconds to play. Gives it up right side. Jones fakes a three, dribbles to his left. Gets to the baseline and gets the shot to go. Boy, banked it in off what looked like an impossible angle. But it's going to be way too little and way too late. Gonzaga leads by as many as 28 points. And the Bulldogs win by a final score of 78-61. In the process, Ryan Nembhard breaks his own school record for most assists in a season. Ryan, in today's game, finishes with 8